Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about ILF risers and ILF limbs, answering some of the common questions people have about them. For the article version of this, which will be linked in the description below, we interviewed Doug Denton. He's the Hoyt recurve engineer. He's a wealth of knowledge on all things ILF. ILF was first invented by Hoyt. Some people call it the Hoyt dovetail system for that reason. They invented it back in, I think it was late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in that time frame. But now it's been adopted by a ton of manufacturers. You can find ILF risers and limbs from all over the place, and it's because it's a completely genius system. It allows you to have a limb and a riser. They go together. Seconds, no tools needed. You don't need to tighten anything down. It's on there, and then it comes right back off, just like that. So it's a really great system, and then it also allows you to make tuning adjustments. Some risers have more features than others, but some of the basic things that you can do is you can adjust draw weight, tiller, as well as limb alignment, which when that limb is in the pocket, the limb alignment will rock the limb left and right, and what that does is allows you to get both your limbs working together on plane. And that's something that you'll do when you first set up your bow, either with the archery shop or you can do it at home. ILF risers and limbs come in all sorts of lengths. This right here is a 21-inch short hunting riser. They go down to about 15 inches for the hunting riser lengths. This would be probably on the top end. And then for target bows, 25 inch is the standard length. Most people are going to be shooting a 25-inch riser, but some people will shoot 23, 27, and even 29-inch risers. So a lot of options on that. And then for limbs, you have not only just different, limb designs as well as materials, but different limb lengths. So what you have is long, medium, short. Some manufacturers will make an extra long or an extra long limb, but you'll choose the limb and riser combination that matches your draw length. So if you have a longer draw length, you'll want a long limb. Shorter draw length, you'll want a short limb. And then if you're an average draw length, let's say like 27 to 29 inch range, you'll probably want a medium limb. But a lot of it is based on personal preference. We'll throw up a quick chart that Doug provided to us that gives you some ideas on where you want to start if you're shooting a 25-inch riser. So one of the most common questions people have is, what draw weight limb do I need to buy? That's because recurve limbs, it might be marked 36 pounds, but at your draw length, it could be as much as 40 plus pounds or as light as 20 something pounds. So how do you determine what the draw length is actually going to be, draw weight is actually going to be at your draw length? So the first step is making sure that you know what your accurate draw length is. That's something that an archery shop can help you measure. Once you know your draw weight, that's when you can use a really easy formula to determine what your draw weight is going to be for that limb. So if you are a 28-inch draw length, you're in luck. You don't have to do any math. All ILF limbs are going to be measured at a 28-inch draw length. So if it says 70 inch, 36 pounds, this is a long limb, and it's 36 pounds at 28 inches. At 29 inches, this is going to be a 38-pound limb. At 27 inches, this is going to be a 34-pound limb. So for every inch over 28, you're going to add 2 pounds. For every inch below 28 inches, you're going to decrease 2 pounds. Now that could be a pound and a half, it could be a pound and 3/4, but 2 pounds is a really even number that's easy to figure out, and then you can do the rest with your draw weight adjustment. So that should give you a pretty close idea of where you're going to be. Now, if you're going to a longer or shorter riser, you can subtract, for a shorter riser, you're going to add 1 pound of draw weight for every inch shorter than 25 inches. So the standard limbs are going to be measured on a 25-inch riser with a 28-inch draw length. So if you're shooting 21-inch riser, you're going to add 4 pounds of draw weight to that limb. So this is a 40-pound limb on this riser, this 21-inch riser. Hopefully that makes sense. It's just some quick math that you'll have to do. And again, if you're using a local archery shop, they can just test out limbs for you and see what they're going to be at your draw length. One question people often ask is, how much draw weight adjustment do you have with the tiller bolts? And that's going to depend on the manufacturer. But we're going to use Hoyt as an example again because we interviewed the Hoyt recurve engineer. So straight from his mouth, Hoyt measures all of their limbs at the middle setting. So if you were to screw this tiller bolt all the way in until it stopped and then back it out 3 turns, that's the middle setting on a Hoyt. That's where they measure their limbs. And from there, you can go 3 turns in and 3 turns all the way out. So 6 turns maximum out. And for most people, it's going to be about 1.5 pounds down and 1.5 pounds up. So, plus or minus 1.5 pounds from that middle setting. And, on some configurations, it can be closer to 2 pounds of adjustment with those shorter limbs that are going to stack a little bit more. Another common question people have is about compatibility. Will, one limb fit another manufacturer's riser? And for the most part, absolutely. The limbs will fit on some, manufacturer limbs and some manufactured risers. The measurements are slightly different, and so you might have a little bit of a tighter fit on some things, but they'll usually work. But again, your archery shops are going to be a great resource. If they have, the limbs that you want in stock, you can test them on your riser, vice versa. All right, everyone, there's a storm coming in, so I have to get going. I hope this helped answer some of your ILF questions. We will see you all in the next video.